Hey guys, welcome back. This is my peak week video for the WBFF World's Contest Prep Series.
What?
This is the
You're just looking forward to getting some carbs tomorrow.
Yeah, so interesting. There's a couple of ways that people can do peak week, and we talk about the front-loading approach in the Complete Contest Prep Guide.
Well, I talk about all the approaches, but yeah, I mean, front-loading is generally what I default to.
Yes.
Because I think
it's a safer option.
Yeah,
Much safer.
Well, the reason I like to front-load, which is where we're doing carbs early in the week, is that if you do too much and you spill, or you do too little and you're flat,
you have time to
correct it. Yeah, you have time to correct it. Whereas if you backload, you can miss, and if you miss and you're too flat, it's not too bad if you're too flat, but if you spill over, you're done. Like you've only got hours to correct it.
Yeah, and you have to
do
do a lot
correct it on show day.
Get rid of all of that extra.
Exactly. Now, but that being said, Holly and I have been together a while. We know how her body responds. She can actually handle a pretty aggressive carb load.
That's right.
So
I can handle some aggression.
You can handle an aggressive load?
Yeah. I can.
Just
oh
cut
my
that
god, like. It's so disgusting.
No, they're going to cut that out. Chino's going to cut that out.
No, he won't. If you haven't got a copy of the Complete Contest Prep Guide, all of the entire progress and process.
If you want to learn more about loading,
yeah, it's all in the Contest Prep Guide. And if you're wanting some inspiration for how to get through a prep or even just a diet phase, you don't have to be a competitor to use the book. You just wouldn't take it to the finale like what I am doing. You just end your diet at an appropriate time. Or they can use
fat loss forever.
Yeah, exactly. Or we also have the Contest Prep Recipe Guide too, which has got tons and tons. It's over 100 of my favourite personal recipes, and I've taken bits and pieces from everybody else's requests, all the foods that you guys love, to make a diet far more enjoyable, but with good macros. So, shameless plug on our books.
Yep, Pimpology is done. So we're gonna backload Holly. We're gonna do like 200, 250 grams of carbs Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, let's pull up my my spreadsheet. I've got that right here, so we can have a look with you guys and show you exactly.
What are you trying to do right now?
I'm used to using the new phone, and now I'm trying to use my old phone again. And
just press that.
See, I forgot how to use the old one.
God.
I have a new iPhone X.
And she's already lost it.
And I've lost it. Now back on the old one, and it's got different features. It's got the button. Anyway, you don't need to know about that. So, looking at this week's peak week, you can see here, we start from the beginning, Monday. This was just me trying to hit calories on Monday. I hit 1,200 calories. I was aiming for low carbs and fats. Originally, my targets were 90 and 30. And I missed those. Instead, I went really high protein, just through the choices of foods that I had available at the time, and then a bit of a wash of carbs and fats. But overall, the most important thing about this for me was I'm still cutting. I'm still trying to lose on Monday. I'm not trying to pump up or anything like that. So I hit my calorie targets. It's not optimal, but it was really important for me to make sure that I was consistent with my sodium and fluid intakes.
So that's another thing, is we keep sodium and fluid constant. We're not going to do a big drop in sodium and fluid.
Yeah.
Your muscles are 70% water. Mm-hmm. If you cut... What's the best way to lose a bunch of lean body mass for the show? Cut out water. Mm. Yeah, so we're not going to do that. In fact, water is what fills your muscles out and helps them press against the skin. Mm-hmm. The whole reason a carb load works is that carbs draw water into your muscle. If you're just loading carbs and you're cutting water, it's absolute stupidity. You're just trying to force glucose into a place where none of the solute is going with it. It's absolute stupidity.
Yeah, so that's when you will end up looking, fluffy,
flat and squishy,
or gross. Yeah. Just too much water in the between the layer. It's not moving inside the muscle, and that's not what you want.
So we are going to keep water steady.
Yep.
We're going to keep sodium pretty steady, right around 2,000 milligrams a day.
Yep, so I went back over and I had a look at my data from the last 7 to 14 days, and I usually run a little higher, but my choices, as my calories have been getting lower, I have actually seen a bit of a trend in a decrease because I'm not eating as much processed food. So my sodium levels are therefore going down. So yeah, you'll see here on the spreadsheet, I'm trying to hit 2,100 right through until the end of the week, and then about 3.5 liters is kind of my standard fluid intake, and that comes from milk, water, my diet soft drink products, my coffees. It's all fluid. It all counts towards your daily fluid intakes. So Tuesday, yesterday, I was aiming for, again, low calories. I'm still trying to cut in these final few days. I'm getting off the last little bit of body fat, so my targets were still around 1250. Today, Wednesday, I am aiming for 1250 again, so I'm not making any adjustments to my protein today. It's my last really low day, so no changes to my macros, just staying around 80-35. I'm just kind of picking what I know the foods that I've had access to here in the Bahamas allow me to, so I've had to take up my fats just a little bit and drop my carbs to accommodate what's in my fridge right now. Calories aren't changing. As for my training, Lane, do you want to go through kind of what I've been doing with my exercise this week?
Your training is staying pretty normal. A lot of people go crazy and they do a bunch of depletion workouts and stuff.
Oh,
you don't need to do that.
They're relaxing.
Well, yeah, some people stop training. Both are stupid. Continue normal training. Thursday, Friday, the 2 days for the show, we're going to switch to a little bit more of a pump circuit style.
Yeah.
We don't want to do anything that's going to make you sore. We want to let you recover.
Or inflamed, yeah.
Yeah, we want to let you recover, and but also we want to keep that glucose where we want it, which is inside the muscle. So we're going to do a little more of a pump circuit style. Not anything close to failure. No force reps. Nothing. No intensity techniques. Nothing like that. But yeah, we're still going to have get a sweat, get a pump, that sort of thing.
Yep. So that's my training for this week. Looking to tomorrow, which I'm actually excited about, but also just nervous in general. That'll be Thursday's my first high carb day. I'll be taking my carbs up to 200, and I'll keep my fats pretty steady. My total calories are going to go up a little bit to 1650, and again, we're trying to drive some carbohydrate into my muscle. I'm still staying active. I'm hitting the gym, so hopefully that's going to end up in there and start to fill me out, and I'm not going to look like a flat pancake, because that's what I look like right now. Friday we'll take a look at me in the morning, and just see how I'm filling out, and that will probably dictate a little bit of how high we go. I've sat down and kind of forecast a 250 gram carb day, and again still relatively low fat, so I'm taking my calories to 1850. You can see that. Again, no changes to my sodium here. Everything's kind of holding steady. We want a nice homeostasis, balance. We don't want solutes moving around anywhere. Then show day.
Show day, we continue. We actually pull back your carbohydrate just a little bit because you don't like a lot of gut fill on show day.
No, I hate it.
So you like to feel nice and
empty.
Kind of empty, yeah.
A lot of people do that though. I was talking to Lauren actually yesterday, and she's like, I hate eating anything on show day because I just feel bloated. So I'm very much the same. So we
may pull this back even. We'll feed you how you tolerate. You stick to really low residue sources of food, and we'll. About 2 hours before you step on stage, we'll hit you with a good dose of sodium, about 1,000 milligrams or so. That's going to help fill out your vascular system. It's going to put the water where we want it. It'll make you look bloated the next day, but the day of, it's going to make you look really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you really quickly about are food choices and fiber in the lead up to the show. So fiber for me is going to come down significantly on Friday. I'll drop to about 15 grams, and I'm going to be taking a motility laxative just to help me go and to kind of clear out everything in my GI so that I'm nice and flat.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so very low fiber on Friday only. I also will be cutting out all of my sweeteners, artificial sugars, natural non-calorie sugars, all the FODMAPs. I actually have a full video online on YouTube that talks about FODMAPs, and I also have some infographics on my IG, which I talk about all of those FODMAP nasty foods which you want to avoid, just to prevent any bloating. So usually my choices on show day for my carbohydrates are either a rice cereal, so like a Rice Krispie or Rice Bubbles for those of you in Australia, or a corn-based cereal, so corn flakes or something like that. A lot of people do rice cakes.
Yeah. Low residue, glucose syrup.
Yeah.
You know, so
glucose syrup. Absolutely.
Fiber is great when you're dieting. It's filling, draws water into the GI. It helps you make full, but that's what you don't want on show day. Mm-hmm. So
very low fiber on show morning.
Yeah, we keep the fiber low, fill you out, so your muscles are full, but your GI feels empty. Yeah.
So as for my fat, so that's my carbohydrate choice. For my fats, I will be avoiding things like peanut butter because that is a FODMAP, or it's a small FODMAP for some people, but I know it doesn't do well with me, so I've got an almond spread. So I'm basically going to sit down to a big old bowl of Rice Krispies drizzled in almond spread and a bunch of glucose syrup over the top to kind of pump me up. And the reason I do glucose syrup and not honey is that it's a FODMAP, and I can't tolerate huge amounts of fructose very well. So when that ratio of fructose to glucose is too high, that's when we start to get GI distress. So yeah, I'll be sticking to a glucose source only on show day, or sucrose, maybe even table sugar. That's totally fine too. And they are my food choices for Saturday. So yeah, very excited.
Well, guys, if you want to learn more about peak week strategies, pick up the complete contest prep guide. You can click the link in the description, or you can go to biolanestore.com. We have a huge 300 plus page book on how to get ready for a show, how to do peak week. It takes all the guesswork out of it for you. Mm-hmm. Go check it out. If you like the video, subscribe, and buy some of our fine products.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Let's get them.
Woo!